your screen. Dr. Arup Chakraborty, who is a graduate of Medical College, Kolkata, and did his post-graduation from RIO. Is Dr. Arup Chakraborty here, or is he in next room as well? He has a presentation there.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. So he did his MS from RIO, Kolkata, and he was a lecturer in Vivekananda Institute of Medical Sciences, Kolkata, postgraduate institute. Later, he founded his own institute, Amulya Jyoti Eye Foundation, where 22 doctors are working at present. He was also in the executive committee of Ophthalmological Society of West Bengal, and also in the scientific committee and academic research committee of AIOS from 2005 to 2008. He's a prolific surgeon and high volume surgeon. So over to Dr. Arup Chakraborty.
Thank you, Roberto, for your kind introduction, and thanks AIOS for giving me the opportunity. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and your slide is visible.
Now, the challenges of a hard cataract. First is the mode of energy. Apart from that, there is the absence of the protective epinuclear layer. There's a paucity of the cortex. There's an absence of red reflex, potential laxity of the zonules. You might have there's an increased risk of endothelial damage and, of course, wound burn. These are the necessary things which one has to have in the OT. One is a dispersive viscoelastic, which you should use depending upon the hardness. And it is better to use it so that you are safe. At least you can have a crystal clear cornea. Other things which are necessary is the CTR, the iris hooks, the capsular hooks, Cioni ring, and of course, a vitreoretinal backup. Now, of a standard phacoemulsification has to be followed. That means we should have a proper incision, proper depth of the tunnel, proper length of the tunnel. You should so that you can do the rhexis well, and you have a larger rhexis, because these are the cases where you will need a lot of the size of the nucleus being bigger. You need to rotate the nucleus, and you need to have actually chopping the nucleus and dividing the nucleus. Now, a standard 5 to 5.5 millimeter of the size of the rhexis should be attempted, should have, try to avoid any runaway of the surgery. Then your half of the job is done. Now, another part which is very important is your hydrodissection. The hydro part should be very gentle, give very small bouts of water inside, and see that the back pressure, it's very important, and you should always press on the center of the nucleus so that the fluid comes out from the side, and see that the nucleus rotates very well. Now the rotation is complete. This is a case I'm going to show. This is on the harder side. I do a stop and chop technique, try to make a longer sculpting, and then try to hold. And I use a vertical chop. And all my cases are under topical anesthesia with 2.2 millimeter incision. Try to chop it up to the posterior plate, separate it, and make as many pieces, smaller pieces. If you can make 4 pieces, you can make 6 pieces. I normally go for 6 pieces so that the the emulsification becomes much easier and there is less stress on the zonules. Go slowly, try to hold. If you can't hold on the first attempt, try again or rotate it and try to find out some other part where you can hold it. Remove all the display or separated nucleus from the center. Again, rotate it, hold it, see if it can hold it properly. If it is done, then go on, rotate further to hold the part where it is, which has come out from the rhexis margin. And if necessary, you use a separate instrument. Like there was a small piece here left. I introduced a spatula and removed the remaining nucleus so that I don't injure the posterior capsule. This is a rock hard cataract, as you can see. So all the processes like an incision, you have to go a little slightly bigger tunnel, stain the nucleus, stain the capsule. In these cases, I normally use a dispersive viscoelastic before doing the rhexis so that it stains the endothelium. Or you now do a hydro very gently. Tap on the center of the nucleus and then see whether it should rotate smoothly. Now, sometimes it becomes very difficult in these cases to hold the nucleus and go and chop it. And mostly I do the vertical chop with the chopper length being 1 to 1.5 millimeter, depending on the sharp chopper, depending on the hardness of the nucleus. And I try to separate. If I can't do it at one point, hold the nucleus, go slowly, do again, as much as you can separate up to the posterior plate. Now here again, I'm trying to hold, try to make 6 places, chop in, trying to separate. It's a leathery type of cataract. So everything has to be very slow. Hold it gently, keeping your pressure vacuum very high. Normally I keep around 450 to 500. Rotate again and see whether you can hold any part which is slightly loose. Though you have separated it, but there are areas where still being leathery, it's still not fully separated. Again, you try to hold and chop it. It is coming out slowly. These are the areas where you should be very careful, because a slight amount of your overconfidence will make you situation difficult.